Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching this out there on the World Wide Web. This is Jeremy Geelan for SYS-CON TV. I'm here at 9th Cloud Expo, Silicon Valley. We're in Santa Clara, California, as is Mark Lambert, VP of Professional Services at Parasoft. Thank you for joining us, sir. Parasoft has gone into the cloud. At last, everyone is crying. Can we test in the cloud?
Well, actually, what we're seeing is as people are moving towards the cloud, they still have the challenge of quality, which is what Parasoft has been about since day one. So what we're seeing is that you still have, even though your technology is there in the cloud, you still have dependencies upon other systems. And getting access to those other systems is still just as complicated as it used to be. So what we're focused on here at Cloud Expo is we're focused on our Parasoft Virtualize product. What Virtualize does is it helps you emulate and virtualize the application behavior. So rather than a traditional virtualization approach where I'm taking the entire technology stack and kind of doing a copy and paste, I still have my costs associated with the infrastructure. Yes, they're reduced and it's easier to capitalize it, but I still have to stand up a discrete server. I still have my configuration costs associated with DBA, sysadmins, and the like. What we do with Virtualize that's different is we actually model the behavior of the asset you're dependent upon. So what we do is we basically listen to what's going on, we build up a model that you can then actually start to configure and customize, add more intelligence into. And then on the fly, I can redeploy and say, okay, my application that's under test, I don't want you to use the live system. I want you to use this virtual asset that's in a specific defined state. And then I can change that on the fly so that I'm really kind of reducing the dependency on those other systems. So let's say it's a third-party system that has a cost associated with it every time I use it. Credit check, for example. Let's say it's a mainframe, traditional mainframe system that I only have a window between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. when I can use it. Or maybe it's another development team that aren't finished yet. With Virtualize, you can emulate this functionality and very quickly stand up your application that you're trying to test and be able to run through many scenarios without those dependencies.
So it's definitely in the family of Parasoft, as you say.
Very much so, yes.
But developed over what? They've suddenly come out of the blue with this? You've been working on it for a while.
We've actually been working on it for a while. We are leveraging some of the core technologies that we've built over the years. Obviously, we're very well known for our SOA test technology within the service-oriented architecture world. And so we initially started building some similar concepts around really SOA web services. With Virtualize, we've taken it and exploded it. So we're now covering database transactions, MQ, ISO, fixed-length transactions, fixed-length messages, a whole variety of different types of protocols. Basically, anything where you're trying to send a message to a system and you need to get some kind of response back, that's where Virtualize comes in.
So who would be a typical customer? I mean, when you launch it at Cloud Expo, they're all standing in line, but how should we sort of cut through it? Who would be a representative customer?
Sure, anybody that has a large complex system. So really that's almost any industry vertical, right? But we're seeing a lot of traction within the financial industry, a lot of transaction within media organizations where they're having to stand up infrastructure and they need to be able to do load testing. So I have a system, I want to test the load of my system, but my back-end components aren't scaled enough, so I can't actually, I'm throttle constrained. Any organization with a piece of large infrastructure.
So there's a pretty huge market. If I want to connect with this and I go to Parasoft.com, where should I then go?
Look under Virtualize. So it's right there on the homepage. I believe, if I remember correctly, it's on the left-hand side. Talks application virtualization. It fills you in all the information there.
I'm figuring anything this good, they're going to know whether to go right or left without us even to help them. All right, well, there's a call to action from Mark Lambert. And if you're not at Parasoft.com, within the next 30 seconds, you're going to regret it. So on your marks, get set, go. Thank you, sir, for joining us here at Cloud Expo, Silicon Valley, and thank you for watching this out there on the World Wide Web.